Hello traders, BA here with the daily TNB report for January 3rd, 2018. Hope everybody had a really good trading day. Actually, first couple of days this week, if you were long stocks, you have been treated to a very good first 2 days of the new year. We're going to talk about how well or how good this year has been for the first 2 days. Got a lot of really good stuff to bring you in tonight's report. First of all, what I'd like to do is just mention to all the folks that may be watching this on YouTube. Just wanted to remind you that glad everybody's watching this, but this is just a very small part of the daily TNB report. The real meat of this is in the email that I send out to all the subscribers with all of the penny stocks, options, low price stocks that we trade, and all the alerts and action price levels. So just keep that in mind as you go through this. This is just a very small component of the nightly report. So hey, let's get started, because like I said, I've got a whole lot of stuff to bring you, and some really interesting stuff. So let's move right to it, and we're going to move right into some market stuff. So, we've had a really good run here in the market the first 2 days, and we've just a couple of things that's popped up is the VIX has hit, touched into the eights again. That's a huge deal. There's just a lot of complacency, and there always will be when markets go straight up. So that's a big thing. We've got individual investors, according to some of the data crunchers I subscribe to, that are just all in right now. I mean, it's individual investors. The only other times they've been this exposed to stocks has been around the 2000 time frame. But again, nothing to worry about right now. I mean, this still fits in with our thesis that, until those interest rates burst that threshold that we're watching, hey, this market, minus a few little pullbacks, is we believe it's going to go a lot higher. So let's see what else in the market update here. Individuals, so hey, let's touch on, before I actually get to the markets, I wanted to show you guys a lot of sector stuff, but before we do that, I'm going to show you just a clip of one thing. So the only other times that the stock market has ripped higher, first 2 days out of the gate, like it has, and I don't mean we've just gone up. This has not been a grind higher the first 2 days. This has just been an all-out rip-your-face-off rally to the upside. So anybody short this market has just paid the price for it. The only 3 times that this is where this occurrence has been, or the pattern has been similar, was in 1945, 1959, and 2010. So here's a couple of graphs of those 3 time periods, and what I want to draw your attention to is, look at what happened every time. Rally up, back down in February. A little small rally up, back down in February. A small rally up, back down in February. So, what I want to mention is that it takes these markets a long time to get set up for a pullback. They don't just make a new high and then collapse. Not stock markets. The commodities markets do it all the time. But stock market indices don't do that. So typically they don't do that. So what we get is markets will make a new high, they pull back, they attempt to make another high, and then they have trouble. And there's a huge battle at the top. And that takes some time to play out. So making new highs like we're making right now, it's going to take a little bit to get this market in a position to where it pulls back some. So we'll just, every time it makes a new high, it kind of resets the clock for us. I just want everybody to be aware of that. And all right, so one of the things I wanted to show you tonight is I just want to stroll through the sectors with you. just so you can take a look at yourself, how the market is positioned. So these are all the major sectors in the stock market. Again, this top chart is a daily chart, bottom chart's a 15-minute chart. I'm not going to point out entry level or entry technique number 2, but those you guys that are tracking on that, which is a class I owe everybody, you will notice on the 15-minute charts entry technique number 2 just slapping you in the face all the time. So let's start out here with the chemical sector, all-time highs. Tobacco, kind of double topping here a little bit. So like PMO, those stocks right there comprise that index. Transportation index on highs. Coal index making it high, pulling back a little bit. Trend still intact. Here we've got the gambling index, not quite as strong as everything else. Healthcare making new highs. Home builders, home construction making new highs. Internet index, new highs. Railroads, new highs. Real estate, not looking good. Keep that in mind going forward, guys. Real estate, not looking that good compared to everything else. Retail index, new highs. Insurance, again, not as strong as everything else, so kind of keep that in mind. There's a couple of sectors here that are not just making new highs every week, and this is one of them. Software index, closing in on a new high. Banking index, looks like it's winding up for a move higher. Airlines, at the highs. Biotechs, finally starting to make new highs. I was looking for this rally a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Natural gas index, that one's making highs. Telecom, again, not doing very well at all compared to the other indices. Oil index moving higher. Pharmaceuticals starting to break out and move toward all-time highs. Broker-dealer index, new highs. Oil service, new highs. Semiconductor, closing in on all-time highs. Utilities typically won't do well, guys, in rising interest rate environments. So that's kind of a wrap up on the sectors right there. But hey, barring a couple of sectors, does it look like this market's ready to roll over? I'm looking at all these different sectors that comprise up the market, and man, they don't look weak to me. So it looks like they're just clawing to make new highs. So there has to be a little back and forth in there, and we're not there yet. So a very, very strong market. All right, so let's see what else we have on the list here. Oh, yeah, something else I forgot to lead in with. I mentioned last night in the written report that the service, I want to transition the service to get to my end state, what my vision has been. So, I start out how I have to start out. You got to put stuff on the wall, make it better, move forward. That's kind of what I've been doing here. But my vision is has always been to take this service right here and to turn it into an educational training platform using what we do right now. But I may change the name down the road for the actual service. It may be something along the lines of how to trade like a professional, the mindset of a professional. It's going to be something along those lines. What I want to train everybody or educate everybody on or help them along with is how to approach trading like a professional does. So I want to equip you with all the tools that you need so that you can, one day possibly leave the service I have. If you wanted to go venture elsewhere, you will know how to apply that template. You can take it and plug it into any type of trading that you want to do. As long as you have that mindset, as long as you know what the top block is that you're supposed to be focused on, and all the basic things that you have to fill in down the road. I want to show that to everybody, how you fill that in, so that you want to venture away, and if, you don't have to fall prey to tips anymore. So you will know exactly if you receive a tip or a guru tells you that it's time to do something. You will know within a few seconds whether or not, just by looking at some charts, whether or not you want to take action. So that's the level, and then you'll know how much money to allocate toward that. So those are the things I want to show you, and I'm still building out what I call the most important aspect of what I do, and that's that stuff that I send out to you guys in the emails, which consists of current portfolio, our closed out trades, which is the most important thing, the closed out trades. And that's still a work in progress. I'm still plugging in some of the most important numbers that pertain to that. So that's all part of that trade like a professional. So anyway, just a small glimpse into what I'm trying to migrate down the road. I want to get all the subscribers. It takes about 6 months to a year to get you to a place where you're really comfortable. And honestly, guys, $25 a month, if you think that's expensive, then you ain't seen nothing yet until you go out on the outside to try to do to trade. Even if you're trading on your own, it's going to be an expensive endeavor if you don't have at least somebody to provide you some left and right limits and some context. So anyway, that's kind of what we want to migrate to down the road. So just give me a little time. We'll work through everything. We'll keep progressing as we move forward. All right. So let's see some new stuff. All right. Hey, when you get the email tonight, you'll see that we have some new option plays we're looking for. Hey guys, until this bull market stops, we're going to continue looking for bullish trades. It's the only thing to do in a bull market, is to look for trades. Our wheelhouse is to try to capture those short-term moves that generate between 25% and 100% returns. And we want to do that as quickly as we can. So that's what I'm trying to do in this service, is to get you guys to where you can churn those trades over. And once I get everything mapped out on that closed position thing, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. All right, so you'll get some new option plays coming up tonight. There's going to be some new penny stock plays too, but there is one particular one that I want you to pay attention to. And I will discuss it more in the written email tonight, but it's one we're not going to worry too much about getting in on. It's currently priced at about 37 cents. I think it has to do with what I believe is it's a mining company, and what I've been following in the metals and the commodities is the laggards. I'm always looking at the laggards, looking to see if there's a possibility for them to catch up. So if in the metals there's a laggard amongst the group, and so I want to make a play in one of the mining companies. Who knows? May not be anything, may not materialize, but I would like to take a shot at one of the mining companies for one of the laggards in the metal complex. So anyway, I'll talk to you about that more. We'll hone in on that one. That one's not gonna, even though I have an alert in it, I have an alert price attached to it, we're gonna have some flexibility on getting in on that one right there. So it's not gonna be one of these timing things. We're just gonna get in tomorrow on that, and if you guys want to participate. But I'll be buying it tomorrow, after the open. I try not to trade these things at all, first 5 to 10 minutes. So after that, we put our trades in. Let's see here. Oh, also something else new that I'm adding is this right here. Nope, not that. This. Okay, you guys know that I get you these. All right, so I'm going to start adding all of the unusual options activity. I'll capture those in a spreadsheet, and we'll just keep a running track of those just so that we can go back and reference them. So we've got some interesting ones that come up here over the last couple of days. I didn't do a video last night, so you guys did not get a chance to see that. But anyway, we have a couple. We're long Apple right now, and Apple is sucking wind. So we'll get that one out. I may have missed this option expiration cycle in Apple like I did in Priceline. I took a max loss in Priceline last week, but I was wrong on the option expiration cycle by 1 week. So Priceline has rallied almost a little over, somewhere between $80 and $100 yesterday and today. So dead right on the call, but dead wrong on the option expiration cycle, which doesn't get me anything other than a big old goose egg and 100% loss in my closed out portfolio thing, which I do not like. All right, so you guys will get that. Hey, let's roll over to the news right now and check a few things. Let's see where we have it. Here we go. All right, so I'm not going to talk about options. Let's go right into the categories here. Oh yeah, there's a couple of things. Let me backtrack just a second, guys. There's a couple of exit trades that I'm going to be looking at in the morning. All right, so be on the lookout. One of our marijuana stocks, ACBFF, and again, I'll put this out in the written text. But it looks like Citron is all over this thing, man. Citron is a large short selling firm, and when they get their teeth into something, they don't turn loose until they rip an arm off or can just run something in the ground. So they're calling foul to something that ACBFF is doing. I don't know what that is. I would prefer to not stick around and find out. We're up triple digits on ACBFF. I don't know if it's 100 or 200 or 300% in that one, but I am going to plan on coming out at the somewhere after the open tomorrow in that one. We'll let them sort it out, but I don't want to be part of that, and so we'll take a look at that. Also, I'm going to be looking at ASKH. I'm going to be looking at exiting that one. Can't remember if it's break even or up slightly in that one. INUV, we're down just a little bit, but it just doesn't look like it's like I wanted it to look after a couple of days. So like I said, we're down just slightly in that one, so we'll probably come out. And I'm going to be looking at MNGA for a possible exit too. So but ACBFF for sure, it's pick my spot sometime in the morning. I've been watching after hours to make sure ACBFF is not tanking. It's not so far. So nothing, all of the executives at ACBFF are crying foul, and now they're pointing fingers at Citron. So hey, that's the way that game's going to work. But we'll let them play that out. So we'll take our money and run on that one. All right, so let's go to categories here for the news, and let's see. Let's go see if there's any exclusives here. Just a second, guys. Paperwork's falling. Yeah, this is a bit right here. This guy's responding to Citron's allegation related to insider sales. Okay, so I don't know what the insiders were doing, but they are claiming they all have $300 million worth of Aurora's stock. And again, not sure, not going to stick around. So that's the only exclusives right there that we see. Let's go down to FDA. I really want to get an alert service started, part of this service right here, guys, on FDA approvals. There's things I can target, certain language I can target in these in this category of FDA announcements that are typically announced between 7:30 and 8 in the morning, and just gives us plenty of time to get in, when the market opens or shortly before in the pre-market. I'm still working on that. Maybe that's down the road a piece, but those are some really nice trades, and it usually takes them an hour and a half or so to play out. So hey, it's really short day trades. Let's see if there's anything caliente. Yeah, Zoom Z was up in the aftermarket hours. That's just why I see that now. Ford's reporting that December auto sales are up, when everybody was thinking when the estimate was down. So again, everything is just blue skies, folks. Eventually, blue skies will turn gray. They always do. Let's see, how much time have I eat up? Right, 21 minutes. We're right on schedule. Okay, insider trades. Okay, that showed up a couple of screens. No, nothing here. Nothing for us to take action on. See what kind of rumors are out. Here's something that could reverberate AMD's. It says AMD shares volatile after hours, but now largely unaffected amid a report that the company's chips are affected by the same security flaw which allegedly impacted Intel chips. I don't know what that is. I've been looking for a play on AMD, so at some point in time we will trade AMD, guarantee it. Don't know if that's, I'll have to look at that here shortly and see. Google says it won't be commenting on rumors it's seeking to sell whatever Zagat is. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I don't really see anything else in here, guys, on rumors that that could be of interest to us. Let's see, other than Citron's Aurora thing, that's all over the, yep. Oh, BlackBerry investors cheer Baidu partnership. So I'm not tracking that, but it looks like BlackBerry may be, and guess what, guys? Let me pull this back up again. Look at this right here. Somebody knew that somebody bought 4,000 of the March 18, 13 calls in BlackBerry. They were expecting something. So And the news announcement came out today. Shares ripped 9% higher. So that's why sometimes these things are just spot on. Sorry guys, sorry I missed that one for us. I will do better next time. Let's see what else we have. Nope, nothing else. Look at tech. Apple acquires Buddy Build. I have no idea what that is. General interface. Touch panel maker general interface solution. Expected to see sales grow 50+% on a year in Q1. I don't know who we'd need to look at for that. So, all right, let's see what else. I think that's it, guys, for the news. Guys, that's a wrap. That's all I have for the video for tonight. Stay tuned for all the subscribers for the written text. I'll get that out to you in just a bit, which you guys don't know that you get the video the same time that you get the written text. So anyway, this is BA. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for tomorrow's nightly TNB report. This is BA signing out.